Awesome. So we're LegalMate. We are an automation platform built specifically for legal. We've been working on it for the last 2.5 years. Pretty excited to kind of show you that in the end too. But for today, we're going to be focusing on Clio Manage document automation. A little bit about me. I'm the founder and the CEO of LegalMate. I've been working in legal tech for the last 4 years. I'm a Clio certified consultant, know a lot about Clio and work with them very closely. Previously, in my other life, I was in venture capital and have always worked in startups. So this is kind of my wheelhouse, and I love working and building companies. I'm going to talk a lot about Clio Manage template automation. So they're very, very powerful. A lot of people have questions about them on how to get started and where to start. So I'm going to be diving deep into it. So today's agenda is going to kind of go something like this. What is a Clio Manage template? Creating a template together. Then going over an if-else statement. So this is like conditional logic. I'm going to be showing you an automation demo with documents and Clio stages on like as you move to different stages. It will kick off document automation, tasks, and all of different things that we can do for you and how this all ties back into automations and helping your law firm become better and more streamlined. So, let me know if I'm going too fast too, because I might be, I do this for a living, so I might know this too well. But if people have questions in this, please feel free to ask, stop me. So what is Clio Managed Document Templates? They help you create standardized documents inside your law firm. So these are things like engagement letters, trust agreements. You kind of go down the list of whatever you want to automate in terms of these templates that you send out to your clients all the time. You can automate them. You can pull in unique contact and matter information through the custom fields that are inside your Clio and create an if-else logic behind them. So you can pull in the custom fields in your contacts, form a matter, and then also the matter custom fields in there. You can create different types of formats from this, from templates. So you can do Word, you can do PDF, Excel, PowerPoint, and XML files. For the PDF part, though, you cannot put merge fields in there. You can create a Word document that will get converted to a PDF. So if you're looking to do PDF court forms and stuff, you cannot put in merge fields in there. You'll have to convert those PDF forms into Word documents and then work in them in Word documents and then convert them into PDFs. I've done a seminar about that previously, so if you guys have any questions about that, happy to help answer that, but that's not what we're going to be doing today. So gonna show you what the Clio managed document templates look like. So here's an example on the right, which is the letter that we're gonna be working with today, which is just like an agreement letter that, a standardized one I found online. And on the left, that's all the custom fields. And now is an example time. I'm gonna share my whole screen and go over it. So please feel free to ask questions as I'm going through it. Oops. Okay. Well, minimizing these things. So here is a document template, and I'm gonna go. So the first thing first is the way you get started on these is you have to go into your merge fields inside your Clio. So the way you get to them is you go to your settings, and then you go to your documents, and then over here, this will show up. So what you do is you select the matter that you want to work with. So today I'm going to be working with seminar demo right here. So this is a matter that I have inside my Clio. So with this, it will show me every single custom field and fields that I can pull into my Microsoft Word very easily. And whatever these fields will be will get converted inside my when I create this document into my Word. So here is an example. So here's firm name. So if you do control left and do firm.name, so as you can see over here is the firm.name is Law Office of Ali Zahid. So you can copy this very easily over here, which is this copy to clipboard button. So when you do that and you come into your Word, As you can see, it'll say firm.name. So whatever my firm.name over here is will be pasted when this document will be created right here. So this is how you take everything inside your Matter and can use whatever information is inside Matter into your Word document. So my Matter, the way it's set up right now is this. So you've got your client contact name, you've got all these custom fields, and then you got all these different Matter fields. And the cool thing is you can also pull in the custom fields for this contact. So if I have any custom fields inside this contact, which I don't, you can also pull those in. So let's say if I want to create like a gender over here, just to male or female, I'll be able to pull that into my Word document. So here I'll show you. She's not a male. She's gonna be a female. So let me just fix that. Um, so here I'll show you what that looks like. Uh, so here I'm gonna find this document. Seminar. So if I write female, there it is. So now, as you can see, it's matter.client.custom-field.gender. So I'm able to pull that custom field that was inside my client custom field into this document. So this is what this document looks like. As you guys can see, these are all of the custom field. Like this is a custom field. However, these are just matter fields. So how do you upload it? So you save this in a Word document, and then you go inside you click on documents right here on the left side. You go to categories and templates, and then you will do a new template, and then you will upload it. So I've already done that. There it is. So we're gonna go our uh, inside our matter that we created. Which is right here. I'm going to go to documents. And the way you get started on this is you go new, create documents from template, and then I'm going to do demo. And then I'm going to do create Word document. And now it's going to take a few minutes to create the document. And from there on, we'll be able to see what that looks like. As we're waiting, do people have any questions for me right now?
Yes, please.
Yes, go ahead, Stacey.
Okay, so one thing I have been struggling with on my document templates is having to search page by page to find, like like what you just did with female, but you
Yep.
typed it in somewhere and it came up, and I am desperately trying to figure out how you did that because that will save me, I don't know how much time in working on my templates. So how did you get that little? How did you get the search when you're?
Oh,
Yeah,
over here on the top right.
yeah.
So this is just in any browser. If you do, I'm not sure if you're using Mac or Windows, but if you're in Windows, you do Control F. In Mac, you do Command F, and then you can search whatever you want on that page. So if I'm looking for email, I can find all of the emails there. If I'm looking for a female, I can find it there. So if you know what that custom field that you have set up already, you can easily
Yes.
find them from Control F.
Thank you. Bless you.
Got it. Um, so here's like the document that we have on the right, which was a template. Here's a document that got generated on the left. As you guys can see, firm name, date, the client name, the address, the matter name, and then you guys can kind of see how this gets all filled out. So this is just like a run of the mill, letter that you kind of want to give out to your client as an engagement letter. And all it took me was one click and I was able to generate it. And then I can go in, edit it, save it, send it to my client and what have you. So this is a very simple way to automate your documents from not much logic. This is very straightforward in terms of like, you're just putting in whatever the fields are inside your Clio, inside your document. Now, if you want to go to the next level, which is, figuring out the if else statement logic, we're gonna go over that. So I'm gonna stop sharing my screen and go back to sharing my. So that
Sorry.
was that was my quick like ways on how to get to the documents template, go over the where all of the field sets are. Here's a quick example of how to set it. So now we're going to go into more of the merge fields and the if else statement. So the way you get started on this is inside Microsoft Word, you go to insert and you click on fields. And once that fields come in, you go find the if statement. So I'm going to show you the first set on how to do that. And we're going to do this together live. Um, So over here, I'm gonna come into Microsoft Word. As you can see, there's the field right here. You click on that, and then you go find if, and then you paste it in here. So now once you paste it, you'll see error missing test condition. What you need to do is you need to right click, and then you need to do toggle field codes. What that'll do is it'll show you the actual code that is happening in here that will allow you to be able to program this very easily. So the syntax for this is really important. The syntax is how you actually format the wording in here for the logic to work. So I'm gonna show you on the Microsoft seminar. So yeah, I would just showed you how to insert the field, the merge field. I showed you how to toggle it so you're able to see it. Um, and what I'm gonna show you is the syntax. This is the most important part. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time on here before I show you it live. So the syntax, the way it works is you write the if, a custom field, matter field, whatever have you, that's going to be your first conditional equals something. So if let's say if the gender equals male, whatever the true statement is, you want to be putting it in here. And whatever the false statement is, you want to put it next. And make sure all of your commas and quotes are closed. So sorry, in this example, my quote is not closed. So you want to make sure those are closed. So uh, this is like a easy example of if you have a letter and you want to determine the gender, if it's a he or her, or him and or her, the way you could do it is like if the matter client prefix equals Mr., then you know it's a him. Otherwise, it's a her. So that's just a way to create your if else statement inside the Microsoft Word fields. And then once you insert it, this is how it'll look. So if matter field matter.client.prefix equal Mr., then it's a him, else it's a her. So I'm going to show you that live. Do people have any questions right now before I jump straight into this? Yeah, no questions.
I do have one.
Yeah,
I
go
am
for it,
not
Stacey.
seeing, I'm not seeing the field on my screen. I'm seeing insert, and then I see signature line, date, time, object.
Yeah, so you might have to turn that on if you go to settings, and I believe it's a developer settings that you have to do. And the other thing is, are you using Word or I mean Microsoft or Apple?
Word, Microsoft.
Yeah, so then you can also like search on there on top, like if the search field, like you can just search field, and like as I'm doing, like the search bar on top of your Microsoft Word, and then you'll see an action called insert a field. That's the easiest way to find it.
Okay, thank you.
All good. So here, I'm gonna go insert field, and then I'm gonna go if, and then let's go back to our Clio, and I'm gonna do this one, which is like I'm gonna take this custom field that we have. I'm gonna come back to my Word, and then I'm gonna go um, quote, put in my custom field I have equals, and this is going to be the true expression. So if this custom field equals male, um, sorry, this is going to be the operation, like, as in, like, if this custom field equals male, then the true is going to be him. Otherwise, it's a her because we know it either can be a male or female in this scenario. This is just an example, nothing to say what you can be in real life. So here it is. I'm gonna go press OK. Oops. Sorry, that inserted it inside another merge field, which is something you can do, which is a bit more complicated, but we don't want that. Okay, so once you insert it, you'll see this pop up. But what you want to do is you want to right click and you want to do toggle field. And in there, as you can see, if custom field equals male, him, else it's a her. Um, and so this is one way to do the merge field. You can go further in this. You guys can format this. I'll show you an example of formatting right after this, but let's just save this as a template right now. Templates for demo. And then we'll go actually insert this right here. We'll go new. Yeah, so over here, I'm adding a new template. I'm going to upload it. So this one's called showing templates for demo. And then I'm going to come into my matter and I'm going to go file new, create a document from template. And I'm going to go find the showing template. And then I'm going to create the word. So I'm going to go create. And this usually takes about like 30 seconds to a minute for Clio to create these. So there it is. I'm gonna download it on my computer. Oh, sorry, that's the one I'm working on. And this is the one that Clio sent me. So here, let's do this. Let me show you. If you, the way you want this to work is you control A and then you do, sorry, you have to update fields. This is a way that will show you what it was. Otherwise, it will not update it. Otherwise, it will stay whatever the first equation is. So this is a really, 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 really important step. Is you select all, you right click, um, and you update field. And if you open this toggle up, now you can see Clio inserting that custom field that we had. So now the statement becomes if female equals male, which is not true, that means put in a her. But if it was female equals female, then it will put in a him, right? If it was male equals male, it would have put in a him. So you can do this over here too. This one was I used the custom field for prefix, which was miss or and this one was if it's a miss, then put a her, which is a true statement and not the false statement. So this is how you input all of your um, fields in there and create a logic that you would want in a letter. So if we go back to our other letter, let's say over here, let's say you wanted to use the same example, you can take this field set. No, not this field set, sorry. You can take this field set that we have, which was the first one that we created for the template. And you can, let's say, put it hello. And then you can put the field set over here. And you can format them to whatever size you want. And then just keep typing after this. This is to show an example. So that's how you kind of want them. And then once you download the letter, you'll just right click and update the fields. So this is one way to do conditional logic, which is the simpler way to be able to if else statement. I'm gonna share my screen and show. So someone asked me, how do you handle other genders, they, them, their pronouns? So you can use different custom fields and create whatever logic that you have on top of it. So this one was just male, female, but if it was another gender of others, you can do nested statements, which I'll show you after, which kind of gets a little bit more complicated, but um, I'll show you that too. Where was I? Okay, so that was that example. So the other cool thing about these fields is that you can also format them. So let's say if you want everything in uppercase or lowercase, or only the first cap is going to be uppercase, you guys can put in the upper, lower, or first cap inside the field that I showed you. That's really, really important because let's say the top of the title is always going to be uppercase, you can use a field set to create the uppercase on top. Now, the question that someone had about like how we can do like three different statements essentially is through nested if statements. So I'm going to show you an example. This is a nasty example to show you how complicated it can get. But this is a nested if statement that you can nest inside each other, meaning that if it's not this, then that, then that, then that. And then you can keep going through the decision tree all the way down in terms of like you can add up to, I believe, 30 different nested if statements. So in this case, I wanted to do an example of I have 6 defendants, and if I have all of those defendants in my Clio, I want to put all of their names. But if I only have 5 defendants, I want to put 5 names. If I have four, three, two, one, and this allows me to do that. So it creates a decision tree of like, okay, if there's 6, that means this is the true statement. Else the false statement is that. Then you can put another if statement in there. If there's 5, then do this. Okay, the false, there's not 5. Okay, there's only 4. Then you can kind of make the decision tree all the way to the bottom. So you can kind of see that if custom field dependent 6 name equals true, then all the way to the bottom, you'll see like, um, a matter.custom field.name 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That was the false statement, but if it's true, then you'll nest it back inside of it. So nested statements can get a really complicated, as you can see, but they're really, really, really powerful. Another things to know about nested statement is you can have them, you have to have them embedded into each other through field sets. So I'll show you an example of what I mean. Um, and you can also embed like formulas in there. So let's say if you want to calculate the total money that they owe you or something like that. So you can put numbers in there, but then you have to use the merge field for the formula type to do that. The other thing that you want to make sure if you're doing nested statement is you want to make sure that all of your brackets and your commas and uh, your quotation marks are all correct. If they're not correct, the code is not going to work. So you have to make sure that the syntax I showed you, you guys follow that. Otherwise, it will not work. Uh, and as you can kind of create these crazy nested if statements, you have to keep toggling each one open through right clicking and toggle the nested statement individually in order for you to see it. So that's the way you do nested statements. So I'm going to share my screen and show you an example of it. Sorry, let me open it. Where is Zoom? Sorry about that. Sorry. So this is the example I was showing you. So this is if there's 6 defendants, then do something else, put all of their names in. So here I'm going to toggle this field, and then that will open up my second if statement. And then it can kind of, it's like the decision tree goes into 6. So we'll just do one example together so you guys can kind of see how this works. Sorry, I'm just going to copy this field. And if anyone has any questions, feel free to ask me right now about how these decision trees work. So let's say if there's a name for defendant six, then the true, we're gonna leave that open, and then for false, we're gonna leave that open too. Sorry, there's gonna be so this is like we just want to know that if there's something there, else if it's true, that means there's six defendants. So you would want to do defendant six name, defendant five name, uh, defendant four name, etc. So you guys get the idea, and then so once you insert it, um, oh, where did it go? So there it is. Oh, where did my field set go? Sorry about that. I don't know where it went. So equals, if it's true, 5, 4. Okay. So we're gonna insert it, toggle field code. So here it is. So there's nothing. So the false statement is right here. So as you can see, there's my quotation marks. So now what I do here is I take my cursor there, and then I can insert my second if statement in here. So let's say quotation, if defendant 5 name uh, equals, then I'll put in like defendant 5, 4, etc. And then the false statement will be there. So then I go in here, and then I will go toggle field code. Oh, sorry. This is, as you guys can see, this can get toggle field. No, what is happening? Insert it in here. So hello. Let's just put a conditional in here. 5, 4. Okay, so there it is. It gave me a syntax error. And then you can toggle field in here. So now you can see that it conditional, it went inside the false statement there. So that's how you do conditionals. You have to go through you have to keep inserting them as a field. So once you download it and upload it inside Clio, you'll right click on it and then update it, and then it will work through that. So that's how you do nested conditional statements. And yeah, I'm going to show you an automation example now on how you can make this all work. Uh, Oh, sorry. So here's just an example of the stages that we have over here. I've getting started initial document. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how our automation kind of ties all of this together into your document automation. So let's say you've hired a client and they've paid you, and you want to send out that initial letter that we all worked on together, and they have moved from the get started stage to the initial stage. So we'll move them. So they got moved. We will go inside there. What we will do is we'll kickstart all of the different actions. So the action was creating a task list, creating the document that we all worked on together. Uh, all of those things kind of start going in the background and getting updated. So if you come inside documents, you guys can kind of see that the seminar demo, there will be another one that gets created. And then all these tasks get assigned right away. So we assign the tasks right away inside the um, inside the matter, we start assigning all of the tasks. So, sorry, if you come back to the documents, you'll see another one. So here's the one we just created after the automation got kicked off. So then you can start creating all of these different actions for each stage that you're doing. So let's say, once the client gets to the initial stage, you want to kick off this document automation and generate a document for that client right away. So someone doesn't have to do that. It will automatically do that. It will also create all of the tasks that you have to assign at that initial stage to your, let's say, your paralegal or your attorney. You will be able to do that right away. So in this one, it's like send them a client portal message, set up the lead sheet, and then make sure their attorney gets on a call and do a Lexis background check. So all of these tasks were automatically assigned when it got to the initial stage. And then you can even go further and send out an automated email to your own inbox that says, "Hey, welcome to my law firm. Your case has been started to work on, so you don't have to send that email out to your client manually." So that's how our automation platform works with these document automation. As you can see, that once you create these document automations, you can work all of this together. Um, so that's kind of like our document automation seminar. Do people have questions and or questions or thoughts that they might want to ask me or ideas? Oh, someone has a question. Will this? Sorry, Ashley, what was your question? Will this be available for you? Overwhelming. Yeah, Bonnie, this can take some time to get used to it. And definitely like if you need help as you're building your first template, message me. I'm happy to jump on a call quickly to help you debug something that's not working or review it. Um, I'm happy to do that for anyone on this call. And actually, yep. Yeah, Bonnie, I will. Yeah, that's a good point that you got totally lost about how we went from automation template to automation. That is a service that we do behind the scenes to kind of show you how LegalMate kind of ties in all of this together. So we're an automation platform. So we've set up that automation behind the scenes for any like staged whenever you move to that initial stage, all these different actions get kicked off, and one of the action was the generate a document right away. So that's how, like, I just wanted to kind of show like how LegalMate automation platform works with document templates that I showed you. So I hope that answers your question, Bonnie. But yeah, apologies if I made people get confused or get lost in terms of like how that automation kind of ties into this. So um, yeah, any other questions that people might have? And we will share this video and all of the slides that we showed you today in an email and post it in the group too. Any other questions that people might have on this call? Um, so the for the document automation that I showed you today, that is included inside your Clio plan. Like everyone has that. Um, that is part of your plan, which is like if you use Clio, all of the document automation that I showed you today is included in that. So um, for LegalMate to do this, to create the templates, reach out to me, and I can chat with you in terms of what your needs are and what you want us to do, and we can chat about how all of this works together. So feel free to shoot me an email, and then for LegalMate automation platform, Bonnie, you can also go to legalmate.co, and then we can jump on a call and explain how we work for the automation side. How do we update formulas that are in text box? Can you explain a bit more, Tammy, what you mean by that? Um, I can show you an example on how I have an if then else statement in a text box. Yes. So if you want to insert a text box, Where's my word? Yes, text box are a little bit. Are you using Mac or Windows, Tammy? Okay, so I believe in Windows you can do it, but I think also in Mac. So I'm gonna create a text box uh, over here. So if you have a custom like, let's say you do insert field, you have to use this formula field in here, and then you can use whatever custom field that you have from here that are numbers. Any way to create document? Stacey, I'll answer that one in a bit. So let's say if whatever number that you take, so the grace period, you can do that plus 20, and then it'll get inserted there. So then you'll have to, when you like run the Clio template on it, you'll have to go inside the text box and then Control A and then update that text box. But if you just do Control A, most of the time it won't always update whatever is inside text box. So you'll have to click on the text box and do it. Tammy, I hope that makes sense for you. Any way to create a document? Any way to create a document from contactor? That's a good question. I've never, I'm not 100% sure on that. I believe you can. Yeah. Yeah, you can. So, but all of the, to answer your question, Stacey, yes, you can create only for a client, but then all of the field sets will only be for clients, and then it won't pull in any of the matter field sets, if that makes sense. Any other questions that you might have? Okay. Oh, another one. Um, um, Stacey, I think I can jump on another call with you individually, and then we can go over that. I might want to check that out. I haven't never done it just for a client, so I'll test it before I work with you on that. Uh, I will make sure to email you after this to set up a time. Any other questions people might have about automation, about document templates or anything, feel free to ask um, in this call. Otherwise, I'm going to end this if no one has any questions. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. And yeah, we're going to start doing more seminars. So today was about document automation. In the future, we're going to do one about like how to do automations inside your Clio and how to help you streamline your workflow. So yeah, thank you, everybody.